Hi, I'm Susan of Susan Stanley Stitch in Time, and today I'd like to share with you a new release that I've been working on for maybe about a year, but actually thinking about for most of my sewing life. This is something I've wanted to do forever, and it's finally here. I can't wait to share with you the WorkBox Collection. The WorkBox Collection was born out of my desire to have something functional yet elegant that I could store my most necessary tools in for sewing. And here it is. I'm going to go through each item and share with you everything that's in the workbox, and then I will explain how the kit works, because it is an a la carte situation. And the best thing about having elegant, beautiful sewing things at your fingertips is knowing that you made them yourself and put them together yourself. So let's go through this. The box is something that I am not selling, but I have links below for you to know where to source them. It's a TOYO box, and it's all metal, and it's beautifully made. It's made in Japan. And the first thing you'll notice is on the lid, I have custom made beautiful stainless steel laser engraved tags that have adhesive on the back, so you can place them on the indentation that's already located on the box. You could also use these tags on your own box. So that's why I say it's a la carte. You open the box, all right, and the first thing you notice is this French bulletin board. Now this French bulletin board, right now I just have a little tag in there, but you could put little pattern, tiny charts if you're doing cross stitch. You could put conversions from decimal to fractions if you're doing a lot of quilting, because a lot of times you need that information. You could just put pretty ephemera paper items that make you happy and encourage you through your sewing. It's a functional French bulletin board. Okay, and this is linen tape and brads. And it is magnetized. You can hear that. So you can pull it out with the tabs, and I give you instructions if you decide to purchase this part of the kit on how to put this together. And then on the back there is another place for you to place, I don't know, maybe your contact information, maybe your credit card if you're at a retreat, money, anything important. So that is removable, and this is what the inside of the lid looks like without it. All right, so that is the French bulletin board. And the other box within the kit is this box, which is also available through TOYO, and it has the beautiful adhesive stainless steel tag that says tools. And inside of this are the tools that I find essential for sewing, and I want to have these available. This box is portable. I can take it to retreats. I can take it with me downstairs when I'm sewing. I can take it upstairs if I need it for sewing. This is my go-to when I need a tool. It should be in here. This is what my intention is, to keep it here. And the tags just added a level of elegance. All right, so let's look and see what I've put inside of my box. Inside my box, I have a pincushion, which is this gorgeous fabric. Now, I have a few of these available pre-made. I'm hoping to be able to make kits available to you as well with the patterns. You can make some of your own, but I'll talk more about that in a minute. All right, here's the inside of my toolbox. So I have a waxer, something that I like to keep available and at hand. And I have 3 pairs of scissors. And these scissors also have the customized stainless steel engraved tags. And with the lobster clip and O-ring, so you can hang them. They've got one hole. So they don't have adhesive on the back. And these are just really, really nicely made. I worked with the company and spent a lot of time having these etched and engraved. Right, and oops, I'm so sorry. I will insert some pictures at the end as well. Okay, so this one is paper. Frequently when you're stitching, you need scissors for paper and you don't want to use good thread or fabric scissors. I have these beautiful embroidery scissors, the Golden Forge. These happen to have the red handle to kind of go with the theme. I will restock these in my store as soon as they become available again. I think I'm sold out, but might want to check. This would obviously be an add-on item, but the tag is one of the items that I'm going to be telling you about today. And then, and those would be, of course, for your embroidery and thread snips. If you're hand piecing, doing hexagons, if you're doing cross stitch, embroidery, any hand sewing that you just need to snip a thread. And then, of course, so many times if you're doing applique or other types of sewing, clothing construction, you need fabric scissors. And these short little fabric scissors are called tailor's shears, and they fit perfectly into the little box. So this is the tag, and I do have some of these scissors available. They're beautiful, they cut beautifully, and just a perfect little complement to this set. I also loaded my my box with one of these hem gauges because I frequently like to measure things, and there's a lot of ways to use this. Maybe at some point we'll talk about it, but it's my go-to ruler, for lack of a better word, when I'm doing hand piecing or other things. I want to check a seam. I also loaded mine with a Hera marker. A Hera marker is a way of marking lines on your fabric for quilting, hand piecing, applique, without using any kind of chalk or pen or pencil. And then last of all, the thing that we love but also hate to have to use is seam ripper. And I do have these available in my shop along with the Hera marker. So you can outfit your toolbox if you'd like. And then really what started all of this is the needle book. Now the needle book, I wanted it to be completely functional and completely elegant. And this is what I spent so much time constructing, and I'm going to open it up and share with you what's inside. So it has a magnetic tab and all the directions on how to put this together. You could do it completely by hand. Will be available as a download if you purchase the kit. You open the first page, you see a pocket on the cover and a pocket on the first page. And I think eventually I'll probably load some thimble pads in here and maybe a tiny needle threader, something like that. All right. The first page is a type of needle, because what I found in my sewing life was that every needle for every different type of sewing I was doing had to have its own special place, and sometimes I needed more than one at a time for a project, and hunting that down was challenging, and just cramming it in a pincushion made a big mess. So I have tapestry needles, I have milliner's needles, and I've got a packet in here, so it's all ready to go. And you can attach the needle if you have one that you're using. You can just weave it into the page because there's a batting inside. I have sharps, a page for sharps. I have a page for an already threaded needle with a piece of felt in the middle. And you could put several needles in there if you need to. I have a page for betweens, and these are the needles that I felt were the most essential for my sewing use. I have chenille and crewel needles, and you can see these beautiful stainless steel tags are attached with a bead, so it looks like a little grommet, and I tell you all about how to do that in the PDF download in the directions. It's just elegant, beautiful, and makes everything you need very accessible. And then in the back, I've put an item called a needle ID card set. And the needle ID card set is a fantastic way to identify your needles. If you're working with something and you're not sure, is this a crewel needle, is this a tapestry needle, what needle do I need for binding that quilt or hemming that dress? This is a fantastic tool, and this is also something I have available on my website that gives you the shape, the size, and the way the needle would look, and then on the other side it tells you how it should be, that needle should be used. And these cards can either be kept in the case in the back of the needle book, or they can be loaded into the book on the page to give you a description of the needle that the tag is referring to. So it's up to you how you want to put this together. That's why I call it an a la carte situation. So we've got the essential needles that you would probably use for most of your hand work and hand sewing that are right at your fingertips, right here. If you find a random needle, you can match it up to the needle ID card and put it where it needs to go. You never have to hunt for your needles if you keep them in here. They're easy to find. Okay, so let me go through each kit now so you know what they entail, and I hope that parts of this kit, maybe all of it, will really appeal to you. I know Mother's Day is coming up. Maybe you want to treat yourself, maybe you want to start your collection, maybe you have someone else you want to help get started with their collection. Let me show you how. So I think one of the drawing cards to this, so one of the kits is the needle book part, the needle book and directions. All right, and so the needle book and directions contains all the materials needed to make the gorgeous needle book. So we've got the fabric, the wool, the linen, the binding, the batting, and then the linen for the pages, and everything is labeled. And there are templates printed on heavy cardstock that come in the kit, and then there are PDF directions that you can download. So that is one piece of the kit. That does not include the tags. That's just the needle book, and that is $60. All right? And then if you decide you want to add the tags, I've sewn them onto this beautiful image. So they look like a button card. And these are the needle ID tags. And this contains the custom designed, engraved, and etched stainless steel tags for six different needle types: chenille, milliners, tapestry, sharps, betweens, and crewel. And also included in the kit are the beads, thread, and beading needle, and PDF instructions for attaching the tags to your needlebook pages. So if you decide you want to put the tags in this needlebook that I've created for you, you can do that. You can also buy the tags and attach them to something of your choosing. Maybe you have a pincushion and you'd like to attach them around the bottom edge and stick your needles in that way. It's up to you. Okay, so the tags for the needles with the beading thread and all the directions is $75, and that's available on my website. And just, I don't know, look at these tags. They look like coins. You can hear them clinking. They're just so lovely. they add such a sense of refinement and quality, I think, to your sewing, and that was kind of my intention. I wanted you to feel like you were doing something very special. The pincushion is an add-on item, like I said. They come packaged like this. I have just a few. Those are going for $60 on my website if you'd like to add that to your collection. And the next item I want to share with you are the scissor tags. The kit for the scissor tags contains the custom designed engraved and etched scissor tags to help you identify 3 types of WorkBox scissors: the tailor's points, the paper, and the embroidery. And it also includes the O-rings and lobster clips to assist you in attaching these to your favorite scissors. So you can choose your own scissors, or I have a few of these available in my shop that you can use. And then the last thing, and those tags go for $40, tags with all the finishing hardware. Okay, and then the last item is the WorkBox adhesive tag and the one that says tools. And these were designed, like I said, to fit exactly into this recessed area on the TOYO box. But if you want to attach them to something else, you're perfectly welcome to do that. They come with the adhesive already on, and it's a very, very high quality adhesive and very strong. So you're not going to have any problems with that coming off. It also, if you are interested in the TOYO box and the little toolbox, I have all the information on where you can access that available, and that's a separate item that you can purchase. So as you can see, each of these, it's a la carte. You pick the parts and the pieces that you think you want. If you want the whole thing, great. If you just want a few things or you want to build over time, great. This kit comes with also everything you need to finish the French bulletin board. Let me show you that again. So here's the French bulletin board. That's removable. And it comes with the PDF directions on how to construct this. This is more of like a paper crafting item, but really fun. Comes with an extra strength magnet. Just be aware if there's anybody with a pacemaker, this is a very strong magnet. It comes with the linen tape and the brads to complete your French bulletin board. And like I said, the directions. So, and that one retails for $40. So I hope that you are excited to create your own WorkBox collection, something that's beautiful and elegant and extremely functional, and just knowing that the best part of it is that you created it, you put it together, and you made it yourself. Let me know in the comments what you think and what parts and pieces you might want to have in your home. And thank you so much for joining me today. Everything can be accessed on my website, www.susanstanleystitchandtime.com, and I will be sharing a little bit more about some of the tools and their uses over time. Thank you for joining me today. Bye-bye.